So what you having that mindset? Who you listening to? If I was to grab your look at your playlist, what's 5 artists I'm gonna scroll through when I look through there? I ain't gonna look through your phone.
No, you can. If you want to, you go look. I listen to Nas. I was listening to DMX the other day.
Legend.
Of course, Pop Smoke 50. I listen to them. But one day I heard I listened to Nipsey Hussle, and by him being in LA, he talks about the real. You know what I'm saying? Like every rapper is not doing that, and that's why I feel like every rapper don't be supposed to be like in between with the drill music, because when they do something that's them, that's when it's more exposure. You know how you when you do something that this person doing and you don't get that much exposure, that's because he did it already.
Right.
You know,
it's generic.
Yeah.
And there's an original.
Yeah, and that's how I feel towards like Nipsey Hussle. I think this was meant to happen, and he was meant to be that person. You know, because when he passed, it was some memorials. Like at a church, it was some memorials about him when they talked about him. And I feel like everybody should watch them videos. Just look up Nipsey Hussle memorials. And the way they are like talking about this man, like you hear they voice, like the way they saying it out, you hear emotions. And it's like you hear him through them. Like basically like his peoples, his family, all that. It was like, I wouldn't say it was scary, but it was like waking me up. You know what I mean?
And you know why that is, right? Because he was in touch with the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers ain't gonna be saying that about Kanye if something was happening to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Chicago rappers, you know, and it's not even the rappers, it's even the like the bougie blacks, you know what I'm saying? They think that when you get money, you know what I'm saying, you supposed to leave your community, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, instead of coming back and trying to build your community or start a business in your community and stuff like that. So that's why it hurt his people so much, because they used to see him every day. They used to see him going to the store, you know what I'm saying, standing in the parking lot talking to motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And his own people did that to him. So that was the crazy thing about that. And Boosie say something like most rappers die in their hometown, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
And so with that being said, when you get to a point where you can dictate, you know what I'm saying, to the point where you could decide where you want you and your family to home base, what's your aspect on that? Is you jetting out, you going, or you gonna try to stay in Chicago, man?
I ain't gonna stay in Chicago.
Okay.
I ain't gonna live in Chicago.
Well, let me ask you this: you ain't gonna live in Chicago, but is you gonna
show love?
Not even show love. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like a duty, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit, you know what I'm saying, raised us, you know what I'm saying? And he's kind of like how like kind of white folks, they give back to their alma maters, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I knew you was getting to that point.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you.
Imagine all the black people that we got that made it up out this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if they all came back. Kanye, he used to be my favorite rapper, Joe. That's the only CD I've ever bought in my life. My mama bought it for me. It was the first CD she bought because Jesus Walk. So mama, that's a Jesus Walk, man. She bought that bitch instantly. But I'm just saying that to say that good music should have been home based. I love good music. The Cruel Summer album, that's one of my favorite albums of all time. But good music should have been all Chicago artists. Ain't no way. Good music should have had Keith, Dirk. Even if they decided that they didn't want to sound good music, ain't no way that they should have got out the city before you. Like, it should be a good music, like home base and shit like that. Yeah. That only makes sense, man. That's why he don't get no, when he do all this crazy shit, that's why niggas don't got his back, because we don't know him. Unless you listen to him, you know what I'm saying? But like the motherfuckers coming up, we don't see him. We don't see him at these celebrity basketball games in the hood and shit, or bringing shoes and shit for Christmas for the kids and shit. But
yeah, I feel like that's where the respect part come in at. But we gonna get to that after I tell you what I want to do. I always wanted to give back to Chicago. I wanted to build like centers, like you know how they have the park kids, the
like Boys and Girls Club and shit.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's another word. It's another word for it. But you make like centers, like you know how the YMCA and stuff like that. I wanted to build stuff for like the teenagers to get them off the streets because them the ones that's dangerous.
For sure.
They had start off when they 10, 9, 11. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I done seen a little ass nigga walk across the street by himself. His ass look like he a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when I
ain't got pole on him.
I went and got it. I never thought about it. You know what I'm saying? It took me to like, I was like 20, probably, I think I was probably over 25 when I finally was able to get a FOIA card. And the only reason I did is because just my shorties that I know where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? They got better guns than the police.
What?
So I'm not finna be getting out my car to work and the little 16-year-old talking about give me everything, pops. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole paycheck, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't on no tough shit. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. And that's just because these, you know what I'm saying? I done seen instances where cops is in eyesight and the earshot of shots, you know what I'm saying? But they wait till motherfuckers done shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, that's their job though. They pose away until the shooting stop, cause they gotta think about they life.
Man, fuck
so it's
that.
like fuck them, let their ass get popped,
but
and we gonna pick up their body later on.
Yeah, that's what I said. That shit crazy, man. And the whole policing thing, that's a whole nother conversation too. So I kind of. Yeah.